Have your exclusives and your imports for Rage of the Abyss. Later this afternoon, Rage of the Abyss is going to be up on Kong's Cards, Deck, Course, Quarter, Centuries, Mulch Armies, everywhere. Discount code MCO40 is going to save you on your purchase over here. I highly recommend checking out what Kong's has in stock in about 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. Make sure you guys smash the grab out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Starting out here with the Supply Soldier of the Indestructible Insects. When an insect monster effect is activated, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then, if you activated this effect in response to your opponent's monster's effect, negate that effect. Also, until the end of your opponent's next turn, after this card resolves, you got special summon from the extra deck, except for insect monsters. During the main phase, you can fusion summon one insect fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. You can only use this effect this card's name once per turn. This is whew, that's a pretty gosh darn good support card for insects. Didn't expect that on my bingo sheet. And then we have the Heavy Cavalry of the Indestructible Insects. A level 5 or higher insect monster plus an insect monster. Oh, I mean, okay, sure. Can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. If all face-up monsters you control insect quick effect, you can target 2 monsters on the field, including an insect monster you control, banish them. You can only use the effect of Heavy Cavalry of the Indestructible Insects once per turn. Why are we getting insect support in this set? This was not on my bingo sheet, but okay. Next up is Insect Invitation. Face-up monsters your opponent controls that were not summoned this turn become insect. Huh? Okay. You can only use each effect, or the following effects this card's name once per turn. So, you can target one of your banished insect monsters, shuffle them into the deck, and then draw a card. Okay, well that's pretty good. During the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was sent there, from the hand this turn, you can place this card face up and spawn trap cards on. I want to play the insect repellent spray with this. Interesting. Then we have the Man, the Ultra Human. So this thing can't be tributed or be destroyed by battle. Oh, okay, sure. While face up on the field, you can only use each of the following effects of Man-to-Man, the Ultra Human, once per turn. So if your opponent controls a face-up card you control, so you can special summon this card from your hand. During the end phase, if this card was normal or special summon this turn, you can banish this card, or you can place this card on the bottom deck, and you can return one face-up card on the field to its owner's hand. Okay. Then we have the Pheliop Sisters. It's a fairy. If the total levels of monsters you control are less than or equal to the total level of monsters your opponent controls, you can tribute this card, add a level 7 or higher insect or plant monster from your deck to your hand. During the end phase of this turn, take 2,700 points of damage if you did not normal or special summon the added monster, or a card with the same original name, after activating this effect. That's definitely a little bit more interesting than I expected, but okay. Release Brainwashing. Excuse me, what? If a monster or monsters is distributed from the hand or field, except during damage step, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls and apply the effect based on which player owns that face-up card. You take control of it but return it to the hand during the end phase, sure, or your opponent negates effects till the end of this turn. You only activate one Release Brainwashing per turn. This card is incredibly cute, and I really like this. I think that this opens up some incredibly cool doors out here for what you can do. Next up, number 87, the Denial Deity Doton. It's a light monster plus 2 monsters except on the field or in the graveyard. Man, they really love these things. So this fusion summon card cannot be destroyed by battle as long as no monsters on your field or in the graveyard share the same name. When any monster in the opponent's field or in the graveyard, monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects, and you can send this card from your hand deck or extra deck to the You can send from your hand deck or extra deck to the graveyard one monster with the same original name as a monster in your opponent's field or graveyard, and then target one monster on the field and banish it. Okay. And then we have the Butterfly Fish. Oh boy, 88 for this number. If this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a monster effect, you can add this card to your hand. If a monster or monsters is sent to the graveyard, except by battle, this card is in your graveyard, you can discard one card in your graveyard to special summon this card. You only use this effect of this card only once per turn, and then you cannot special summon from the extra deck except for water monsters. Huh. Cool little extra mermail support, I guess. Then we have QQ Inigon. So if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can reveal a level 9 monster in your hand except for this. Special summon both this card and the revealed monster in defense position. And special summon the extra deck for the rest of this turn except for rank 9 or higher exceeds monsters. And you can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. And a rank 9 or higher monster gains this effect. It gains 900 attack and defense. This was not on my bingo sheet, but I like this. This is pretty good. Then we have the Mimighoul armor. So this begins our Mimighoul journey here. So 90. If it is the main phase, apply these effects for this flip. So this turn, Mimighoul monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. Give control of this card to your opponent, and then during the main phase, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field in face down defense mode, or if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card face up to your field. It's actually interesting to see the change of the Mimighoul monsters here, now having effects, giving them the ability to be special summoned to your field, which is actually incredibly useful here. Now, number 91, continue on with the Mimighoul trend up here. We actually have the Fairy. The Fairy is same thing, flip, and then this turn, you cannot activate the effects of monsters special summon from the hand, which would be your opponent since they flipped it. You pass control of this back over to me, and then the exact same clause here as the others. If your opponent has face down or monster, special summon, or the control monster, special summon this to your field face up, or give it to your opponent face down. Also, 100 on these stats wasn't too good. Slime, this is by far the best one. So flip, your opponent can special summon a Mimighoul monster from their deck to their field. This card is incredibly useful. I think that this was the best one. And then, same thing as the other three. Special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field in face down defense position, or if your opponent controls a monster, special summon it to my field in face up attack position. So those were your three main deck monster support cards out here for this set. And then we have the Giant Mimighoul. This is 2 level 1s to make, also taking up a secret rare slot out here. Your non-Xyz Mimighoul monsters can attack directly while your opponent controls a face-down monster. You can only use each of the following effects of this card's name once per turn, and on Exceed Summon, add a Mimighoul card from your deck to your hand, and then you can detach a material from this card, target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of face-down monsters your opponent currently controls, destroy them, and ping them for 1,000 damage for each card destroyed with this. By the way, this is a 3,300 under dungeon, which is insane. Then we have the Throne, which is 2 level 1 Mimighoul monsters, so a little bit more restrictive to make this, which is fine, but detach one, special summon a master from your hand, deck, or graveyard, and then during the main phase, both players' turns, you can target one Mimighoul master you control, equip this card to it as an equip spell card, give it 1,000 attack points, then return cards on the field up to the number of materials that this card had. So, free bounce of Rooney. Also, 0-1,000 is not exactly the worst stats in the world. Then we have Mimighoul Fork. Ah, yes, the choice of the fork in the road. So, target face down monster your opponent controls. Your opponent chooses one of the following effects. Change it to face up attack position or defense position, or send it to the graveyard and its owner draws 2 cards. So, Destiny draw essentially every time. We can banish this card from the graveyard and add a Mimighoul Fork from your deck to your hand. You only use each effect of Mimighoul Fork once per turn. Free search ability, free Destiny draw. What is there not to like about this card? I think it's really good. And then we have Mimighoul Charm. Once per chain. During the main phase, if a Mimighoul monster your opponent controls is flipped face up, you can randomly choose one face down card in your opponent's extra deck, and if it's a monster that can be special summon it to your field, but it cannot activate its effects this turn. If it wasn't, or couldn't be special summoned, banish that card. I like the future proofing on this card. There's an entire discussion to be had about the way that this card is designed for future application, but interesting. And then we have Rescue Hedgehog. Number 97 here. We can banish this card you control, special summon 2 level 3 or lower monsters from your deck with the same type, attribute, and level as each other. One normal and one effect. But the effects are negated. Also destroy them during the end phase. You only use the effect of Rescue Hedgehog once per turn. Well, I do like this card. He's a little cutie. I think there is some pretty cute application here to be had with this. And to nobody's surprise, Ukalonix is a secret rare, which means you're getting a QCR of this. On normal or special summon, you destroy one other fire monster in your hand or face up on the field, face up on the field. And you do add a fire, beast, beast warrior, or winged beast monster from your deck to your hand, except for Ukalonix. Then you can make this card's level become the added monsters. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, and special summon a Fire King Avatar Grunix from your deck in defense position. This card is worth every little bit you think it is. And then we have the Cursed Fire King Doomburst. If this card is destroyed by a battle card effect and sent to the graveyard, target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 400 attack until the end of this turn. You can only use each of the following effects of this card's name once per turn. So if you control a Fiend Tuner, you can special summon this card from the hand. If this card is special summoned, target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 600 attack. If you're a Jack Atlas enjoyer out here, it looks like you just got a free special summon extender out here for your deck, which is actually pretty cool. And then we have the Splitting Polarian, which is a super rare. So this is an insect monster. You can banish this card you control, special summon 2 level 3 insect monsters from your deck with the same name from each other, but their effects are negated. And then banish them during the end phase. You can only use the effect of Splitting Polarian once per turn. Hey, it's the ability to summon out multiple insect monsters. Seems kind of cool. Well, those are your exclusives and imports for Rage of the Abyss. Make sure you guys leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.